नमस्कार मित्रांनो, तुमचं स्वागत आहे मराठी AML या चॅनलवरती. तर आज आपण बघणार आहोत न्यू टॉपिक आणि आज आपला फोकस असणार आहे हाऊ वी कॅन प्रिपेअर द डेटा फॉर मशीन लर्निंग अल्गोरिदम. Before explaining about this in detail, okay, let us revise what we have seen till now. So let me go to the next. Yeah. So आतापर्यंत मित्रांनो आपण काय काय बघितलंय, काय काय गोष्टी केलेल्या आहेत त्याबद्दल थोडंसं एका हाफ मिनिटमध्ये रिवाइज करूया आणि आपण मूव्ह होऊया. सो आता आपण स्टार्ट केलं होतं पॉईंट नंबर 1 पासून, वेअर वी अंडरस्टँड what is the problem and what are the right questions to ask to get the information to prepare the strategy for our machine learning algorithm. Okay, then second we have understand how to get the data, and once you get the data what stuffs to be done on the data. Okay, so that like to divide the data into the train and test split, and what is the strategy to use that right strategy for that. Okay, I have already explained in the get the data. तिसऱ्या पॉइंट मध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं, we try to visualize the data, okay, and to get the insight out of that. Here we also understand that the date whatever discussion we had between the client or between you and the project manager, is there correct or not, that also we try to understand from the visualization of the data. Now आज आपण काय करणार आहोत, we are going to prepare the data. Now the question comes in your mind that why it is required. Guys, please understand, machine learning is an algorithm. Machine learning is what? Algorithm. And algorithm has specific requirement that what kind of data to take care. So if you fetch a garbage data, you will definitely get the garbage result. So to avoid that, it is very important that you must prepare the data accordingly algorithm, so that algorithm perform well on that data and give the good result. Okay, now while preparation of data, what are the things to be considered? Let's look into that. Let me clear the screen. Yeah, next. So when you prepare the data, it is very important that you first do the data cleaning. When I say data cleaning I mean that when you have the data in the form of rows, columns, okay, these columns, rows may contain some kind of missing values. Okay, so it is very important to treat this missing value. Treat mean you can delete those values or you can add some values to that missing value. Otherwise what happen, if you pass this missing value, your ML algorithm may not perform well. So it is very important, you must have to fill the missing value or add the missing value so that your machine learning algorithm perform well. So this is what I mean to say data cleaning. Understand? Second is the handling the text and the categorical attributes. So what does mean by that? It means that, see, algorithm is something called as a mathematical computation and mathematical computation is not performed on the categorical attributes. It always perform on the numerical data. So it is very important, if your data set contains any text or any categorical information, you must convert into the numerical data. Now how to convert this in numerical data, we'll see in upcoming lecture. That is point number 2. Second is the custom transformer. Custom transformer means what? That suppose sometime what happen, the given features given features are not the are not capable of giving the giving the result as per our expectations. Okay, so sometime we have to derive few features, we have to transform some features. Okay, that is called as a custom transformer. For example, body mass index is what we are looking for, but we don't have this information. Instead of that, what we have the weight, we have the height, right? So by having the weight and height, we derive some formula and we create the new feature called as a BMI for our algorithm. This is called as a transformation. And why it is a custom? See, sklearn also provides some kind of transformation features, but most of the time in the real world problem, those kind of already having the feature, transformer feature from sklearn is not useful. So we have to do our custom transformation as per according to the given problem. Okay, so that's why I have written here custom transformer. Next is the feature scaling. I already explained in my previous lecture. Feature scaling is nothing but the you have to transfer your feature. For example, in our data set there is a one feature, median income, where they have written the salary in form of 1.5, 2, 3, 4, and house value is something respect to 50,000, 45,000, something like that. Now if you look at that, the income is a transform feature. They have scaled it down. So is that salary is 1.5? No, salary is something called as a $1,500, $2,000, $30,000, $40,000. So they have reduced, they have scaled it down somewhere like this. Okay, however housing value they haven't scaled it down like that. Okay, so we have to scale it down, these kind of features we will explain. I will explain in detail how to scale it down. So scaling down the things is very important in the preparation of data. Otherwise our machine learning algorithm may be biased towards this some features. So fourth point is feature scaling. Next is a transformation pipelines. So sometime we have to, so whatever we have read, we have to do this pipeline, so that what happen if any new data comes here, it will go through this all transformation. If any data cleaning is required, if there is a text data that needs to be transformed, okay, we cannot run each and every function line by line. Okay, whenever new data comes, we have to develop some pipeline. Suppose so any kind of data we feed to the machine algorithm, it must go through this pipeline before doing any kind of prediction. This is called as a transformation pipeline. Don't worry if you still have doubt. In upcoming lecture I'll explain each and everything in very detail. But when I say preparation of data for a machine learning algorithm, this is something like a big picture. It may include many things, but this is a standard stuff. One is the data cleaning, second is the handling the text or categorical variable, then transform those data, then feature scaling and transformation pipeline. I hope you guys understand what I was trying to say. Now let's jump to the notebook file where I will explain the data cleaning. Let me close to this PPT. Okay, and here it is. Okay, one second. It's running. Yeah, it's running, guys. Now when I say data cleaning, it is very important to understand that data cleaning will be happen on the uh, data cleaning happen on the training data set. But again, when I say training data set, it is very much important that you must have to delete your target data set from your training data set. Now in our case, the target data set is which is our target data set, guys? Median house value, right? Median house value is our target data set. So what we can do, we already develop our data set into the strat train and strat test. So I will first take my strat train set. Yeah, it is coming. Okay, and I will drop the column called median. Yeah, it's median house value. Okay, and then say axis is equal to 1. So I will drop this. See, okay, I think I spelling mistake. Yeah, housing median house value I will drop from my strat train set. Okay, and I'll store my this training data set called variable housing. Okay, and because see why I'm dropping this, because this is my target variable, right? I do not want to do the any kind of pre-processing on my target. I wanted to do it on my training set first. Okay, that is the my independent features, correct? So I have dropped from my training set. Okay, and I will save this my target variable into the housing labels. Okay, for that what I can use, for that I will say simply, let me copy strand range set, okay, and let's say here median house value, and just say copy. Okay, let me execute. Yeah, it is done. Let's look at the data set, what it contains. Understood? So see, my housing contains all the columns except the median house value, because that was we want to predict, right? So now I'm going to do some kind of data cleaning stuff on this column. Okay, now as I said, data cleaning, in I mean to say fill out the missing value. Now how to check the missing value? For that we use housing is null dot sum. Okay, so is null basically, let me take the pencil and explain. So is null basically, one second, is null basically calculate the null values in each column, and sum is nothing but the adding those null values into that particular column. This is what is null sum means. Okay, let's try to execute and see which column has how many null values. So if you look at this, my total bedroom has some null values, which is something around the 158. Okay, but however other columns doesn't contain any null value, so I just need to focus on the total bedroom. And how can I fill this null value? How can I how can I delete this null value, or how can I add? So now basically, before explaining the each and strategy, okay, let me explain everything how we can deal with this. Okay, so there are basically three way to deal with null values. The first is that, one second, it is not working. Let me delete this. Yeah, okay, so particularly there are the three strategy, one, let me two, and the three. So in the first, if I want to deal with the null value, the first option I have, delete the rows wherever that null value is present. Delete the row wherever that null values is present. Second strategy is that delete that column where that null values is present. So when I say row, for example, let's say this is a, this is a B column, okay, and I have the information of this 3, wherever this is the null value, here it is present. So what I can do, I will delete this particular all this row wherever this null value it has, okay, so that my number of rows will get reduced. Second strategy, delete the column. So what I can do, wherever the null value is present in any column, I delete that column, or I can say attributes, or I can say features. Okay. And the third strategy, wherever there is a missing value, add some value to that missing value. Okay. This is something called as an imputation strategy. Okay. Instead of deleting anything, see, deleting is always not good, because you are reducing the feature, you are reducing the machine learning capability to understand the pattern. So it is always good strategy to add some values to that missing value, okay, so that we will not we will not lose any kind of information. So we will understand each and every strategy using the pandas data frame, how we can do it. Okay, so first is that, first strategy, delete the row. Okay, now I know that I only need to work with the total bedroom. Now to delete the row, okay, one second guys. Yeah, now to delete the row, we use drop function. Now how can I use the drop function? So for that I use housing, sorry, not drop any function, housing drop na. Yeah, it comes here, drop na, and then I have to give the subset. This is a function, drop na is function, so subset. Okay, what is the, where is my na value contains in the total bedroom, so I will use total bedrooms. Here it's total bedrooms. Okay, here I can use the drop na function, and let me store into the some variable, let's say housing row. Okay, or housing, let's say drop na. Okay, so when I execute, the number of row will get reduced. Okay, so see, let me explain refresh. So here I'll add the code and let's say housing shape, then you will get the differences. Yeah, see, so what was the housing shape previously? 16512 is my number of row and my number of column are 9. So when I say delete the row, so definitely this value, that is 16512, will get reduced. Let's try to verify. Yeah, it's reduced from 512 to 354. So it is a simple, you can minus 612. Let's do it here. Minus how many rows? 158. So it delete 158. So it comes 1600 and 354. But what happened? Because of this strategy, your all other features apart from total bedrooms like longitude, households, median income is also get deleted. So this is the one strategy. So we already done with the one strategy. Second strategy is about the delete the column. Okay, now how we can delete the column? Let's say housing. For that we use housing drop function. Now to delete the housing, yeah, housing drop. Okay, now what column we need to delete? Total bedrooms. For that we use, yeah, drop function and total bedrooms. Okay, and say axis is equal to 1. So why I say axis is equal to 1? When I say axis is equal to 1, it means that you are deleting that all the columns of total bedrooms. Okay, and axis 0 means row operation, 1 means column operation. So let me delete it. See, now definitely, so here my number of column must reduce. Okay, so see, my total shape is 16,512 and then 9 column. Now when I say delete the column, so definitely my row will not impact, my column will impact. Let us verify. Housing shape, sorry, this is my housing shape, correct? Now my number of row will get reduced. See, let us see here. Yeah, so it is reduced to 8 definitely, because now there is a no column called as a total bedroom. Okay, third strategy. Okay, third, what is the third strategy? To add some missing value to that, add some values to missing value. Okay, now I'm not going to explain what strategy to use for what kind of missingness, but just to definitely in coming videos, in coming lectures, I'll definitely explain this strategy. But as of now, we just understand we will use median strategy. I mean to say, wherever there is a missing value, we will use the median is nothing but the middle value of your data. So for that I will develop one variable called as housing median. Okay, so let me first of all, okay, copy my housing data set to the variable called as housing median. One second. Yeah, now it's good. Okay, housing median, and what I will do first, I need to calculate the median. Okay, how to calculate the median? This is my data frame, I copied from housing data frame, and here I need to, now for which median value I need to calculate? For total bedrooms, because for other there is no need to calculate, right? My total bedroom contains the missing value, so I will calculate the median value for total bedrooms, called median. So this way this will give the median value. Once I have the median value of total bedroom, I need to place those median value wherever the null value is there. So for that what I can do, housing median, okay, total bedrooms dot fill na. What? Fill na. What with? So fill na is nothing but the filling the null values. with what? With value called median, and I'll say in place is equal to true, so it will reflect into the same data frame. Okay, and let me execute. Now I'll show you my again housing is null dot sum. Yeah, housing null value is sum doesn't contain any missing value. Why? Because it already filled with what? It filled with the null value, say median. So this way we will we are doing this missing the null values with the sum values. This is the three strategies. So just to revise guys, okay, so we have learned three strategy. First, one second, yeah, so we learned three strategy. One is to delete the row. So to delete the row we use dropna method of pandas. Second, to delete the column we use drop method, and to add some missing value we use fillna method. In fillna we have to give the what kind of value we have to fill. Okay, these are the three strategy we understand, but it is always better to use the sklearn method, sklearn function, library called as a class called as a imputations. So why it is important? Because it gives the ability to calculate the missing value, calculate the any strategy for all the columns. So what we are doing usually here, we are calculating the missing value of each and every column, okay, and then adding. But the sklearn imputation method, that is basically simple imputation, gives ability to calculate the any median value, mean value of all the columns. Okay, and basically it is very helpful. Suppose for example in future, if any value are missing in any particular feature, then your median value must not change, it always be a constant, right? So this method will help you out there to calculate. Okay, so we will not use any of this which we have already used, but we use sklearn. So let me explain that sklearn method. So you can use sklearn dot impute import simple imputer. Yeah, so this is the method. So from sklearn input simple imputer, and let me initialize the object. Simple imputer. Okay, and I will use strategy to fill the missing value call as a median. Okay, and let's execute this. Okay, once I execute this, it is very important to pass the data. Okay, to pass the data, but before that it is very important to understand that the missing value, whatever treatment of missing value we are doing, or whatever the median value we are calculating on what? Numerical data. But if you look at our data set, housing info, okay, it has some categorical data which is a ocean proximity. Now how to work with the categorical data we will explain in, I'll explain in the upcoming lectures. But it is very important that we are using the strategy called median, so it will work only with the numerical data. It will work only with the numerical. Let me just use this as a, yeah, let me, yes, correct. So it will work only with the numerical data. So we have to drop this ocean proximity from our while doing the imputation. So to drop the particular column, which method we use, I already explained, drop method. So let's drop this function. So housing drop. Okay, and one second, I'll save this into the housing number, housing drop. And what column I have to, let me copy ocean proximity. Okay, and this is a column operation, so x is equal to y. Okay, so I have dropped this. Okay, so my housing num doesn't contain that column. Let's check it out. Yeah, now it doesn't contain any ocean proximity because ocean proximity is the object, and this imputation strategy we are doing of median is on the numerical data, so we have to drop. Okay, so earlier we use only total bedrooms, I know, but this is method will will help us to calculate the median value on all the column. So suppose in case in future the longitude doesn't contain some missing value, so we can use this missing value for the longitude as well. Okay, now to calculate the median value, you just need to call the object of imputer and call method fit. Okay, and on which data frame? Housing num. So this will, what it will does actually, it will calculate the median value of all the columns. Okay, and then after that, okay, let's execute this. Yeah, so it will give the answer. Strategy is the median. Now if you want to check the median value of all the features, you can just say imputer and call the method called statistics and execute. Yeah, so what does it contain? It contains the median value of longitude, latitude, then what next? Housing median age. Okay, and what is the median value of total bedrooms, guys? Here it's a 4, 1 2 3 4, it's 2119 dot. This is the median value of total bedroom. Now we calculate the median value, but did we add into the total bedrooms missing value? No. So for that we will use method called as a transform. X is equal to, so let's say imputer dot transform, and we use housing num, right? So basically we are now transforming our data set. Okay, I mean to say we are filling that null value with the median value. Okay, and we will prepare the data frame. So this is a housing. Okay, this is a new data set we have. So pd dot data frame. Okay, and I have to give this x, and my column names is equal to housing num columns. Is there any spelling mistake? I think so. Here, yeah, now it doesn't contain any missing value. Let's check. Yeah, it doesn't contain any missing value. So this is the sklearn library, guys. It provides the ability to, you can handle with the missing values, and we normally use the sklearn library rather than using. So benefit is that no need to calculate the median or mean of each and every column. It will help you with this method, fit method, to calculate for you, and directly wherever there is a missing value, it will adjust there using the method called as transform. I hope you understand. Like, if there is any doubt, please feel free to comment on this YouTube video. I will definitely try to explain in upcoming video. All the best and thank you.